Now let's spend just a little bit of time on the companion product, Acceler8. Um, and when we were discussing this, putting it together, there's a couple things that I had heard that I think is an emerging trend right now, and that's gut health.
Oh, yeah.
And so we have two capsules. We have the purple capsule, which we call Restore or Detox. And that's really designed for gut health. It's also designed to detoxify the body. Again, if your body starts to store these toxins instead of get rid of them, all kinds of things can happen. And then the white pill is asleep, and that's again really designed to help control stress, anxiety, also give you some of the building blocks that you need for the body to recover. So let's start quickly on the purple pill and talk just a little bit about gut health. Why is gut health important, and what ingredients do we have specifically in Acceler8 to help with that?
Yeah, so one of the big shifts that happened in health and nutritional science lately has been the big shift to gut health. People realizing how incredibly important it is to have a balanced microbiome. So your gut is full of incredible amount of bacteria and biotics, just living organisms that help us digest all the food that we eat, help us balance. They do everything in our body.
Right.
They're just so phenomenally important. And a lot of times people just ignore our gut and just say, it's just the thing that rips my food apart.
Right.
But really we really need to be conscious of what we put into our digestive system. You are what you eat. But a lot of times we don't have the time. We don't have the means to really eat perfectly healthy all the time. So what we need to be doing is taking care of our gut through good detoxifying blends. So this has great detoxifying blends that help remove toxins, remove heavy metals, so that our organs can work well. Our body is great at taking care of itself as long as it's not all clogged up and screwed up. The detoxifying blends are the humic acid. We'll get into humic acid later. It's amazing. I love humic acid. Great for so many things. Digestion, immune support is just phenomenal across the board. And milk thistle, great at detoxifying your liver. So you get each of these organs functioning better, and then the whole system works phenomenally better. And with the microbiome, with your gut, there's incredible studies that are talking about how just altering your gut, getting rid of candida, lowering yeast, and bringing up your good flora has a tremendous result in totally changing the way people feel during the day, reducing depression. So just starting with a good scrub down, cleaning everything out so our bodies can work well is an incredibly important start.
Right. And with that, we have a little bit of the prebiotics, the probiotics, the 17 blend of digestive enzymes. What's important about the probiotics and what makes these unique?
Oh, yeah. So probiotics are great because the market's full of probiotics. People are starting to become cognizant of how important these are. And so you have a lot of companies coming online and saying, if some is good, more is better. And if somebody's selling this many units, I need to sell this many units.
Right.
And they're just coming up, it becomes a number game. And what nobody's paying attention to is probiotics are alive. Mm-hmm. They're very sensitive, alive microorganisms. And when you pass them through, number one, if you just keep them at room temperature for a while, they start to die. They have very specific living conditions that they thrive in, and room temperature on a shelf is not it. And so a lot of the times when people take probiotics, by the time they take it out of the bottle and put it in their mouth, it's already half dead.
Right.
And then they put it in their mouth. It goes through. It gets into their stomach where you have hydrochloric acid, your stomach acid, that's phenomenally efficient at murdering probiotics. And so the probiotics, you really want those in your intestines, below the stomach. And so most probiotics will not make it there. Like in the industry, there's over a 97% kill rate from it going in your mouth and making it to your intestines. So we looked for the most stable probiotics that we could find. And so what we found is, so what we ended up finding is these probiotic spores. So they're little seedlets that aren't exposed to the outside world. So what happens is as they pass through the hydrochloric acid, they're in the shell. And then when they start getting into the intestine, they start interacting with some of the enzymes that are on the intestinal wall. They stick to the intestinal wall, and then they bloom and they grow. And so these are clinically proven to have over a 99% survivability rate. So instead of a 3% survivability rate, it's over 99% survivability rate. And so it's planting these shelf stable, heat stable. You can cook these. You can take these up to over 300 degrees and they don't degrade.
Wow.
They're just so incredibly stable. So they're heat stable, shelf stable, acid stable. So that when you take it and you see on the label this has, this many units of probiotics, it's phenomenal. That's actually what's getting to your gut. That's actually what's getting to your intestines where it's going to do all the good. So yeah, these are the spore form probiotics, incredibly important and very different than what you see out on the shelf.
Right. And I think it's important because a lot of times people don't know exactly what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just looking for the amount.
Right.
And if mine has, a billion and yours has a trillion, the trillion's better. Mm-hmm. Or, 100 million or whatever the numbers are. But it really doesn't matter if they don't survive. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to make sure that people understand that this isn't just your normal probiotic. Enzymes, obviously digestion is extremely important mm-hmm. to help the body break down the foods so that you get nutrition out of the foods. If it doesn't break it down, it's not going to get into the cell. Obviously, cells are tiny. So the enzyme's also extremely important.